Well, the gate is down, and we're rolling in the 250B class as we go through the Bell Helmets Whole Shot Award. Caden knifing his way right into that number one spot on that Yamaha as he finishes into this one. Actually comes in 7th place, ranked with a 9 and 6 in Moto 1 and 2. As we sort it out up front, we see that position jockeying continues. Styles Robertson back there. Dylan Swartz, who's in control of the championship, it appears, going into this third moto. Also Jeremy Kolowski, Mason Gonzalez, Jack Rogers, Kobe Carper, Kyle White, Nick Igo, and Levi Newby. All contenders up front, but Dylan Swartz quickly to the front of the pack on board that Suzuki now as he comes into this one with a 2 and a 1, hoping to take home another one and this championship. Styles Robertson, that number 32 machine, Kawasaki rider, finishing 1 and 2. Looks like he's a little further back in the pack right now, so this is some good news for Styles Robertson early on if he can establish some early dominance and try to gap the first and second, or that second place position behind him. Taylor Alexander, number 69, come up here to the tower and get your phone. Oh, down goes your leader. Front end just basically washed out. He just got that front end just too light, and taking a soil sample out there. He gets back up at about the 7th place position. It looked like maybe 5th. But here we go. Things really change up front, and we got a new leader, the 93 of Mason Gonzalez, the 32 of Styles Robertson moving into second, and maybe now into control of the championship as we pass this finish line now for the first lap complete, and already a whole lot of excitement taking place here in this third and final moto. It's Gonzalez, Robertson, Caden Niffing, Dylan Swartz now in 4th place, Austin Black in 5th, Jared Fry is 6th, Chandler Baker in 7th, Kobe Carper in 8th, Pierce Knight in 9th, and Jeremy Kowalski rounds out your top 10. But how about that? Swartz up front, washes the front end, drops to 4th place after picking it up and passing back. But man, he's got his work cut out for him, Megawatt, and already excitement abounds here in the 250B class.
Yeah, when you look ahead of him, you got Mason Gonzalez, Styles Robert, Caden Niffy, but the problem for Dylan Swartz, when you look behind him, he's got Austin Black, Jared Fry, and Chandler Baker. So he's surrounded, man. He needs to really a little bit of a bobble right there by the number 3. The number 3 of Dylan Swartz getting a little close to Caden Niffy there. Thought he was going to be off course, man. I got too excited.
Well, look at this. The players are up front now. Swartz in the number 3 spot right behind Styles Robertson, and Mason Gonzalez up front of him. So these 3 riders actually battling it out for the top 3 spots right now. Robertson and Swartz are the championship contenders. As we said, 1, 2, and a 2-1 coming into this for each of those riders respectively. So basically tied. Gonzalez trying to play spoiler here amongst these two, and looks like Robertson going on the outside of the 93 machine. Can he make that pass?
Yeah, he's trying to go the wide way around, but look at this, man. That number 3 of Swartz not letting up. These guys coming back in the shot. 3 different lines, 3 different guys right here. It's going to be about this inside left-hander down here. Look at Swartz trying to make a break for it. Now, you got to be defensive if you're Mason Gonzalez. You don't have a choice. Swartz goes to the inside, going to put the move on Gonzalez. Drifts over, not able to make it happen. And in the meantime, Dylan Swartz closing the gap even closer. Look at these guys working down to the billboard.
Hey, great call on that B class. Hold on, Rodney. Hold on. I got to give you the whole shot award down here to Vincent Luhovi. Let's hear it for Vincent Luhovi with your Bell Helmets whole shot in Pro Sport. Who do you want to thank, bud?
I'd like to thank God for keeping me safe, my whole family, Race Tech, MPR Suspension and Motors, Hillview Cycles, True MX, Department of Power for getting me off to a great start, and anyone else I forgot, thank you.
Congrats to Vincent Luhovi, your whole shot winner. Take it away in the B class, boys. Sorry.
All right, thanks a lot, Jason. And as we watch this, we're watching several riders make some big gains out here as the 32 machine of Robertson now into the first place position around Gonzalez through the 10 Commandments, now heading into Storyland. The battle back there for second place. Dylan Swartz has got to get around if he wants a shot at winning this championship. The championship goes through Styles Robertson and Dylan Swartz right now, and Robertson in control of this one, going 1-2-1. To a 2-1-2 for Dylan Swartz at this particular point, but still plenty of time to go here as Swartz still trying to get around the 93 of Mason Gonzalez for second as he pulls up side by side, nearly heading past the old waterworks into the Rocky Mountain ATVM Sandy Sweeper.
Yeah, he took a look up the inside, decided better of it, started to swap just a little bit side to side on that Suzuki. Mason Gonzalez wheelies down the back side of that anthill. Look at this, to the inside. Holy cow, Dylan Swartz again, all the way back to the outside of the track. Now, here we go, this fast sweeper. Look.
Whoa,
oh my goodness. Holy
I thought
cow.
he had him.
Yep.
I thought he had him. And he might here. He might right here. Let's see what happens. Oh, Swartz Gonzalez does a great job of defending that second place position in that final turn now as we head past the finish line and over the tunnel of love now in that battle for second place.
I'm going to tell you, Mason Gonzalez is only going to be able to go to the well so many times. Both times on the last turn right here, he has drifted completely out. Look at this, on top of Styles Robinson.
And now he has moved into that battle for first as he's trying to defend the second place position at the same time. What a great battle. These top three battling for the number one position, and again, the championship between Robertson and Gonzalez.
Absolutely. And look at this. There's the move. We were waiting for it. The Swartz is with him this time. He's going to make it high side around the, well, actually going to go low side. Very defensive. Great tactic right there. Slowed up Mason Gonzalez, able to take control of that second position. So Dylan Swartz now has a new mission. His new mission, make his way up there to the machine of Styles Robertson, get himself into the lead. Mason Gonzalez now fading just a bit. Felt that heat for a couple laps. And look at this. That looks like that is Austin Black also going to put the move on Gonzalez right now.
Wow. Mason Gonzalez in a little bit of heat and pressure right now. Jared Fry's another rider to keep an eye on right now as he moved up to the fourth place position. That gives him a 3-3-4 as far as the championship is concerned. But again, the championship battle is between Styles Robertson, the 32, and the number 3 of Dylan Swartz. Mason Gonzalez is just kind of playing spoiler and trying to take at least an overall third place position unless something happens to these two boys ahead of him, or one of the two, either one. That's the only way he's going to be able to move up, as the consistencies of the win and the runner-up for these two riders has got them in this Loctite position and still up for grabs as far as the championship is concerned. Wrapping up lap number 4, the 12 and a half minutes remaining as our leaders make their way by. Robertson, Swartz, Jarrett Fry now in third, Mason Gonzalez in fourth, Austin Black in the number 5 spot, about to challenge Gonzalez for fourth, and then Caden Nipping in sixth, Chandler Baker in seventh, Kobe Carper in eighth. Oh, what we got going on here? It's side by side. Look at this. This is a pass for the championship.
Absolutely. Look at this, Rodney.
The pass for the championship in this 250B class underway right now as the number 3 of Dylan Swartz trying to go for the setup, the short shoots, and now heading toward the committed corner. He's got about a bike length lead, but he's got to secure this through the 10 commandments before we can say he's made that pass. And as we go through the 10 commandments, it looks like that Swartz has done just that, but firing back once more. Here comes Styles Robertson in the storyland.
Yeah, you know, Styles Robertson not just going to let him go, but the move was set up 2 corners before, and absolutely Dylan Swartz timed that perfectly. It was a textbook pass. He knew exactly how to execute it, set it up 2 corners early. Oh, and a little bit of a mistake right there. Swartz pencils this thing out one more time, pulls the trigger on the triple. Now it's all about Styles Robertson recollecting himself, hitting the reset button and coming back, and here it is. He's going to make a run at him. Not going to use that outside. Decides to follow right now, and Swartz in control as they work their way down into the front of this track.
Mercy. Wow, what a race. I tell you what, folks, this has been a race of race. Then we can say that nearly every time the gate is dropped here this week, and especially here in these third and final moto. So Styles Robertson and Dylan Swartz going by this time around. Swartz out front, Robertson in second, Jarrett Fry in the number 3 spot. The championship at the moment belongs to that man right there, the number 3 of Dylan Swartz. But again, this race is far from over as we just passed the halfway point of this one. We have just a little over 10 minutes remaining in this 250B third and final moto.
Hey, we need Dylan Cunha's dad. Come on back to the tower. That's not your phone. That's not your phone. So Dylan Cunha's dad, come on back to the tower. That's not your cell phone, the one you took out of here.
Dylan Sorts, Styles Robertson, Jared Fry, 1, 2, and 3. And look at this, Jared Fry, man, on the move right now as he is closed up on Styles Robertson.
Oh, Schwartz!
Schwartz stalls it out. What happened, Jason Wygant?
Unbelievable. No, we just got the camera cut on him, and next thing you know, he had stalled it, had the lead, and potentially the title. Now Jared Fry going for the shot. Going to the inside. I want to see where Fry is in the points.
3-3-3, and a 3-3-1 might be able to put him up there in contention with this one.
Wow. What's
Holy
Robertson
cow.
got? Robertson with the 2-1. He beat him in both motos, so I think... Oh, no, wait. Sorry. Robertson with the 1-2.
Yeah.
And here comes Styles
Gonna
now.
need help. He's got to get people in between them. Wow, that changed in a hurry.
Yeah, it did.
Woo!
Hey, you know, not trying to take anything away from anyone, but I tell you, anything can happen. We've seen it, so don't count your chance yourself out for a chance at a championship at this position. I'm not saying that Jared Fry's got this one, but the way things have been going, anything can happen and put him in that spot.
Man.
And hey, who knows? Maybe that number 3 of Schwartz might put himself back up there too.
Somebody just stalled behind the billboard on a green bike, and it might have been a number 30.
There's the 32 there. See if we can get this sorted out. And Jared Fry is your leader now. So with Jared Fry being in the lead, a 3-3-1 gives him 7. Styles Robertson looking at a 1-2-2 for 5. So if Gonzalez can get around, Nippon get around for whatever reason, that might help out Jared Fry in his bid for the championship. But right now it's hard to say that something like that's going to happen unless Styles has pushed himself to the ragged edge here in this moto. And I have to think that Robertson has still more than enough in the tank to hang on to this position and this spot to take it home to the checkers in the championship.
Well, man, how much heartbreak can you take? Every one of these titles slipping away in so many ways. You can see how frustrated Jet Lawrence was, or Joe Shimoda. We saw a B-class title earlier go down to the wire with Preston Kilroy and Mason Gonzalez. We saw Landon Gibson's chain come off when he had a title in hand. This man, on the number 3, Dylan Schwartz, did exactly what he needed to do. He tracked down the leader, Styles Robertson. He passed him, and then he stalled. And all week we've been talking about this rebirth of Suzuki and the RM Army on the national stage. This would have been huge for Suzuki to get a title here, but now it's going to be a long shot. What can you say about Jared Fry? He's ridden well all week. Not quite the moto wins he needed early to be in control of this title, at least for the moment. He's got to try to win this moto and hopes luck turns his way.
7 laps down to this and working on 8. Nearly 14 minutes into this 20-minute moto. Gaps right now. Fry enjoying about a 4.5 second lead over Styles Robertson. Gonzalez turning a little bit faster lap time than Styles Robertson there. He's a 1.5 seconds behind.
Robertson cannot afford to lose 2 positions. He can lose 1 and he's okay, and he might, because you can see lurking in the red and white gear on the blue Yamaha. That's the 93 of Gonzalez, who has caught him. Robertson, if he goes back to 3rd, he will still have a 1-point edge on. But if he gets passed by Niffig or Schwartz, who's on a roll, then it would switch into the hands of Jared Fry. And Fry's looking around trying to figure it out himself.
You can tell Jared Fry's doing the math in his head while he hits these marks and these lines out here on this very challenging race course for this 250B class late in the day on a Friday. Man, we've had 4 days of solid hard racing, and this soil has been turned over and churned over and watered time and time again. And I'll tell you, this 4 42nd competitors certainly brought a lot out as far as Loretta Lynn's in 2019.
It's crazy the way it's turned out this week. With the younger classes, the 50cc ranks, some of the C classes, we saw consistency. But in A and B, it has been all over the map, which really is probably due to how deep the competition is. Everyone has had their good moments and bad. Good luck to the AMA to try to decide who wins the Horizon Award, by the way, when you take the 2 Pro Sport classes. Are you kidding me? That's going to be difficult. So Fry and Robertson are 1-2. Gonzalez is trying to put the press on Robertson for second. Fry, all he can do is win and just hope that luck falls his way.
Look what's going on in second place right now. Robertson with a 7/10 of a second lead over Mason Gonzalez. So Gonzalez is putting that pressure on for second place. That's a step and a help for Jared Fry at that particular point if that can happen.
That wouldn't be everything, but it would definitely be something. And there it is. There's that battle for second. Robertson on the 32, Gonzalez on the 93. Now, it's easy for us to say up here, oh, Styles Robertson doesn't need this spot. He can afford to lose the position. We don't know if he knows that. And honestly, I mean, we put so much on the, oh, they're getting the pit board out. That thing's hard to read. That section of the track is rough. And also, are they guaranteed to their own math down there?
One saving grace for Styles Robertson if Mason Gonzalez gets around is the fact that Caden Nipping, the 4th place ride, is about 18 seconds back in that 4th place position. So that gives him a little bit of breathing room, even with a lost position here, if it happens.
That's true, because that would really be the one that decides the title. Robertson able to get away just a bit now from Gonzalez.
Over that Kawasaki piece of cake jump and into that roller, what I call a new roller section, the Thor Sandy sweeping roller turn.
Okay, yeah. 2 to go, says Jeff Canfield of MX Sports. 2 to go. Robertson clinging to this title, trying to bring it home. Team Green, not a big contingent this year with so many riders out with injuries. Robertson knows what that's all about. He missed this race a year ago, but he wanted to come out here and get himself back reestablished. They're missing Seth Hamaker from the A classes. They're missing Jet Reynolds, is out with an injury. A lot of injuries there for Kawasaki, but Robertson's ready. And if he can just hold on and get on the podium in this moto, the title is his. Jarrett Fry, great race. And poor Dylan Schwartz had done what he needed to do, but then he made a mistake, and that handed it over.
Well, 2-lap board is out, Jason, and we're approaching the 18-minute mark in this race. We'll see the white flag this time around as Jared Fry continues to lead Styles Robertson. Mason Gonzalez now dropping back from 7/10 of a second to 1.5 seconds, so that gap basically doubling as Robertson picked up the pace a little bit after the pressure of Gonzalez was applied. Caden Nipping 21 seconds back and forth now with Chandler Baker in 5th, Colin Park in 6th. Dylan Schwartz now drops to 7th, so whatever happened in that crash he had out there that took the wind out of his sails, it's kept the wind out of his sails. It looked like, I thought at one point, he might be trying to push and maybe get a couple of positions back.
Yeah.
But we see that lap time is now dropped to a 2:09. But look at this. Colin Park in the last moments of this race, in the closing moments, turning a 1:59 as he's making some gains out there, looking for a top 5 as he's pushing around Chandler Baker right now.
Yeah, and you can bet you know that's exactly on his mind. 6th place is great, top 5's even better. And finding some speed somewhere last time around, Rodney.
White flag out now as Jared Fry makes his way by with lap 10 complete. And Colin Park doing it for the folks down at the Mini O's in that 6th place position. Gatorback Cycle Park, of course, and we'll see if he can make that pass. He was certainly making the push on Chandler Baker for a top 5 position here as Fry, Robertson, and Gonzalez are all 3 in for the top 3, and the battle for second has certainly subsided and gone by the wayside as Robertson has secured it, and Gonzalez is, I think, just for the most part, settled for 3rd at this point.
Wow.
As far as the overall championship is concerned, Styles Robertson going 1-2-2 for the national title. Jared Fry will go 3-3-1 for second. Dylan Schwartz will end up with a third overall with a 2:17. Valiant efforts, but again, like Jason Wygant said, amazing the inconsistencies in the A's and the B classes as opposed to the C classes and some of those youth classes this year.
Yeah, and I just have to accredit that to the competition level. Not that it's not just as tight in the C classes and stuff, but when the margins are as small as they are here and that type of thing, I'm going to guess you're going to see inconsistency more frequently than you are when the lap times aren't really quite as close for the entire 20 minutes.
Jared Fry making his way around the Rocky Mountain ATV big sand wash and sweeper turn for the final time as he heads over the big Yamaha mogul into the heart of this race course now. Stepping up and over, and the race fans can see him there to Poly Sport Pond over the Kawasaki cake jump now and into the sweeper. Jared Fry on his way home to Moto Gold here at Loretta Lynn's, and one that he has been searching for all week long in this 250B class, and finally makes it happen as he puts the exclamation point on his ride here at the Dude Ranch. Jared Fry taking the Moto win should set him up for second overall, but here comes Gonzalez now, the 93 Styles Robertson in just ahead of that, taking second. And with that second place position, the 32 of Robertson will take the national championship. Mason Gonzalez will take the bronze here in Moto number 3. Caden Nipping, Colin Park rounding out 4th and 5th. Chandler Baker, Dylan Swartz, Austin Black, Levi Newby, and Kyle White to round out your top 10.
And we've lost the shield at the podium again. The shield for class champions is to stay on the podium. We need Jalik Swole's crew to bring that back so we can hand it out here in the B class. Sorry about that. We need Jalik Swole's crew. Someone just run it over back to the podium. That shield, every champion gets that trophy at the closing ceremonies tomorrow. But we need it to stay as a prop for the podium today. I got to get Jared Fry in and up here as quick as we can. We got to get our Moto winner on up. Give me one moment. We'll give him another second to cool off and relax. These riders are tired under here. Still Robertson. Let's bring you on up, Jared.
Real quick, Jason, the Ty Freehill to report to the MX Sports office trailer. Ty Freehill, please report to the MX Sports office trailer.
All right, we got Jared Fry here with us. He is going to get the gold in the Moto, just come up short of the title. Still a great week for him. Let's hear it for Jared Fry. Well, at least you went down swinging, man. You got that Moto win, and just hope for the best.
I didn't get that great of a start, but tried to make passes, and then I think Schwartz went down, and then got around Styles, and then really just tried to stay smart.
Who do you want to thank for a pretty solid week?
Yamaha, Doorbell, 100%, Alpine Star, BP, FMF, Dunlop, and anyone else I forgot. Thanks.
Jared Fry, your Moto winner in 250B. And we're going to clear the number 34 machine off, and we will bring the number 32 machine onto the podium. So if we can just get a crew member real quick from Monster Star Yamaha. I know, it's hard work. And we'll bring the 32 on up and celebrate a title. But we can also bring our third place finisher on up, Mason Gonzalez. He put in a great run, and we'll talk to him about the bronze. So Mason, come on up. We'll bring Mason Gonzalez to the stage. Need Mason Gonzalez to come on up. Looking for Mason, who finished a solid run in that moto for third. He was a contender in pretty much every moto he was in all week. He gave it a great effort. Let's hear it from Mason Gonzalez. Well, you rode awesome, man, in that one. Take me through it.
Thank you. That Yamaha's a rocket ship out of the gate, man. I got off to a good start, and just try to stay with those guys for a few laps, get some lines figured out, see what they're doing, and see what I can do better. And wanted to end on a good note, and I feel like I did that.
Who do you want to thank, Mason?
I want to thank my dad, my mom, my grandma, the whole MTF crew, Yamaha, Triangle Cycles, Donnie Luce, FMF, 60, 100%, Alpine Stars. Factory Connection, we adjusted some clickers for that other moto, and it worked out really good. The bike's handling really well. So, and yeah, everybody else forgot. Thank you.
Mason Gonzalez, everyone. Congratulations. And now our silver medalist and our champion of the B class. Let's bring him on up. With the silver, he unlocks the title. And from the American Motorcycle Association, I welcome Commissioner Richard White out of Texas to hand over the #1 plate and crown Styles Robertson your 250B champion.